Hello and welcome back, everybody, to the Taiko World Cup 2026 quarterfinals. We have the Brazil versus Italy match here. My name is Sparks, and I'm joined by GT.
Hello. Yeah, super interesting match on the cards here. We've got Brazil versus Italy, two teams that exude a lot of aura, two very formidable teams with very aura names on both sides.
Yeah, very familiar names that can basically cover the entire pool on their own. Very strong seeds as well of the 3 seed versus the 6 seed. This is the winner's bracket.
Yeah. Very strong teams for both sides. And on a pool of this level, I don't want to say like too easy, but it's definitely going to be very close between these two teams, I feel, in terms of every single map. So hopefully we have an exciting match ahead of us.
Yeah, they're probably not going to struggle too hard, but if I were to just look at these teams, I would say the depth on the Brazilian roster is definitely more solid. Like, the Italian team, I mean, I assume at this stage it's probably still going to be A40 perma lobbying, and then Ender and Chimeco rotating in for that second player slot, maybe with some others coming in for specialties. But anyway, we get into the roles and we already have a 1.
Oh. Is that the first time this tournament?
That's the first time I've seen it.
One roll, yeah. Well, Brazil first to ban, and they will go for a HD1 ban.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. Makes sense, I think. Italy very good at low reading and hidden. And then DT1 from Italy, a very, very difficult map. I don't blame them for banning it.
Yeah, so that's kind of like SV at HD being banned, and as well as DT1 being the kind of 1-8 1-8 plus 1 format being banned from the pool. It's like 210 BPM, something like that.
Yeah. And Hidden 2 coming out by Italy there. I guess makes sense after Brazil bans the Hidden 1, just going straight to the Hidden 2. It is a lot faster, so like pretty much a different skill set, but close enough.
Or at least close enough for them to want to pick this. Yeah, this wasn't really on my cards for Italy to first pick, but we'll see if they can prove me wrong in my thoughts.
Yeah, definitely has potential to be a very close pick right off the bat. Just depends on if these players can read the hidden hard rock scroll speed on this.
Yeah, 214 BPM, pretty fast SV HD. Or like actually really fast SV HD, honestly.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, we'll be seeing A40 and then plus Ender as well. On the other side, we've got Foxeru and Hero K.
Oh yeah, the hidden roster of all time for Brazil. And we are getting into it now. Map 1, hot as balls. Some early hundreds coming out from Italy, but I think just 1 each, not too much.
So a single digit amount of 100s might matter in this map especially.
Yeah, I mean, if nobody misses, which is kind of likely, I could already spell doom.
So yeah, just Foxero now, holding on to the SS. Hiroke with the 1-100. It's Ender the only one below 99.6. And a bunch of misses from A40.
Oh. That was a huge chain miss. The lead is up to 40,000 now for Brazil.
Yeah, things not looking good on Italy's first pick, and they're still holding on tight to their combos.
Yeah, with like 100 each. So they have the act to back it up as well.
Yeah, Italy is praying for chain miss out of any of these players. I don't even think a clean miss is gonna be enough. Even two clean misses may not be enough.
Yeah, would definitely need a very dirty chain miss from Brazil. There is a sort of like tricky, almost ninja finisher section there, and nobody trips up on it, so if they just hold until the end, I think this is Brazil's point.
Yeah, last Ki here, last couple of streams, and that's another miss from A40, and this first pick. Oh!
Ah, that's
Okay,
too little too late.
Okay. Okay. Scared me for a second, Hiroke, this last final misses, but it is a break point secured for Brazil right off the bat. 1-100 from both these Brazilian players.
And A44 100's 24 miss, that's just how the map goes sometimes. And an immediate break point by Brazil. They get to pick next and go for Hard Rock 1. A much slower, more technical pick than what we just saw.
Yeah, I guess a little bit of similarity to the DT1 that Italy banned. Yeah, tapping a lot of ACK, and this one, it's like 50 lower BPM, I guess. So maybe not that, maybe not that similar, but in the end, it's still a lot of burst ACK required in this one as well.
It does have some very fast bursts in it, a lot of 1/8 and just very questionable snaps sometimes to hit. And it's also one of the longer maps in the pool. You can sort of look at it as being like divided into two halves. The last half is definitely like a higher SV section.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit harder in the second half as well.
Yeah, pretty dense as well. And here we go. The intro, brutal as usual on these slow hard rock maps, but basically tied in ACK still.
Yeah, I've got a little taste of what's to come. Some pretty unfriendly patterns, I'd say, as well on this map in terms of like the patterns within the 1-6. Can chip these players up, potentially.
Yeah, lots of offense.
Yeah, still pretty chill for now, or at least the map. But some players dropping a couple of hundreds, and they're just missing out on 99% right now, giving Brazil a tiny lead.
Yeah, Brazil just overall a lot more consistent when it comes to ACK so far. Here's the really slow part with some very funky snaps that I personally do not know how to ACK.
Quite visual, I guess. Yeah. Still no misses on either side, so this lead still purely determined by accuracy. I mean, we're gonna
Yeah, and it's
find a
not
couple
lot.
of drops out of Mew, and now this this lead is almost reduced to nothing, almost tied at this break. 3.8k between these two teams.
Oh man, and here's the
Ooh.
high SV denser section. A lot more bursts.
That's all Brazil need to do is hold on to their X. They should be able to walk out of this 2 points up above Italy.
Everybody holding very steady so far, even through that burst, which had a quite complicated pattern, but an Ender missing now. That is going to swing the lead to Brazil quite drastically.
Yeah, no chance. Just a little bit of map left to go. Oh.
Team miss from Italy and Ender with a huge note lock. Oh, you hate to see it on the pretty much the hardest part of the map, and Brazil fully capitalizing on that, holding the double FC with insane accuracy.
Yeah, attack section, catching off Ender, and at the end of the map, scoreline doesn't really look very close, but it is Brazil closing it out with a double FC. That's insane.
Yeah, you're okay. No trolling this time. He pulls it off with a top score in the lobby, 17 100s. Very strong showing from Brazil so far.
Yeah, now Italy's turn to pick.
Yeah, we're already all out of hidden, and we go straight into DT2, the faster of the DTs.
Yeah, again with a kind of like hyper carry like E40. You're looking for what your second player can play. And I think DT2 is a decent option here for Italy. Where you're gonna get Ender in on this one.
Yeah, I think Ender is very capable of destroying this kind of map. Along with A40, they should be able to put up a very competitive score here.
Yeah, very knightly map, as Ender himself says. Yeah, things looking a little bit shaky from the Italy side. Haven't had a double FC just yet. And I think missing on this map is gonna be quite fatal.
Yeah, no roster changes from Brazil. Miwu staying in, probably the fastest player on the Brazilian roster. Not gonna have any trouble with this, and Hiroke is Hiroke.
Yeah, they've got a very standard 255 BPM map ahead of them. You know, you see hardcore, but like, you basically know what's coming.
And so far, I mean, okay, 100 from Miwu, like 200 notes in.
Yep. But yeah, first KI here, Italy coming to KI with a tiny lead, bunch of hundreds being dropped at that finisher part from Ender.
And a couple more.
Few more. Yeah, lead slightly over the side of Brazil for now. Alright, both teams just surviving that KI. Just those hundreds. I mean, someone's still holding a double S.
Yeah, Hiroke dropping his though.
Throwing the spike here.
Even closer. It is a 3-digit lead and it's not budging. Oh, it switched over, I think, to Italy.
It's flickering between both sides. It can't make up its mind. I think the 100 count is like actually equal between these teams. A40
dropping the double S, so Brazil will now take the lead 3 players in the lobby with 99.91% accuracy.
Yeah.
And the lowest being 99.69 by Ender.
But I did see a couple of hundreds come out from Ender just now, and wow, that burst just... That's like a game-defining burst, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, in a match like this, where every 100 matters, and we are coming up on the end of the map. The lead has ballooned to 4,000 points, which, I mean, in terms of this map, is the largest lead so far. Looking to run away with it.
Yeah, increasing all the way to 8k, and none of these players look like they're gonna miss. One last section left to go. And Brazil just eat it up, hold on to their axe, and grab this second breakpoint.
And my condolences to Italy. Losing with a team score like that is just unfair. Everybody with a single-digit 100 count.
Yeah, everyone just eating up this map, and it's just a bit unfortunate for Italy. But they are now... I mean, things are looking incredibly scary as Brazil just goes straight for that No 2.
Alright. Sticking to tech after that Hard Rock 1 seemed to work out.
Probably not gonna see any huge chain misses from these players, however. HR1 a lot more mechanically difficult, I'd say, compared to this No 2, which is just like kind of red line spam map, a lot of BPM changes, a lot of weird snaps.
Yeah, bunch of visual reading. The real challenge is just holding accuracy on this one.
Yeah, OD 7.2 with like pretty slow SV considering like all the snapping changes that are going on makes it insanely hard to act.
Yep, and we see Ender switching out for Chimeco.
Yeah, the more techy player out of the rest of the Italy roster.
Alright, watch out for the intro. Chimeco with a couple of hundreds, but honestly not that many. Miwu trading them back.
And you already see, if you lean into your screen, you'll see the minute differences in spacing between each of these nodes.
But so far it does seem like Italy is coming out on top, just from that act difference caused by Miwu. And, well, Hiroke doing Hiroke things right now.
Yeah, but an SS isn't enough to carry. He was dropping a lot of ag, and I mean, Chimeco has stabilized really well.
And the lead is getting smaller just from Brazil. Well, oh, the miss from Italy is going to definitely swing it over now.
Sometimes FC is all you need, and Miwu just holding onto this FC is enough for now. About a third of the map left to go, and there are definitely still some places you can miss.
And Hiroke finally drops the double S with a single 100.
That took way too long. But yeah, approaching
The question is, will they outdo Zero with two 100s?
A bit of the map left to go, and more misses from Chimeco. This pick out of Italy's reach as Brazil look poised to double FC this.
Yeah, Hiroke dropping a little more act now, but the double FC is enough to win this one. Five 100s from Hiroke. What an insane score. And Brazil up by 4 now. It is a very scary spot for Italy to be in, but it's their pick.
If there's any, if they want to start a comeback, they can start it right now with this next pick. But it does feel like this match may be slipping out of their fingers. Next map to pick, maybe something like No Mod 1, something that Ender can play. Something more similar to DT2 especially. We saw how good Italy do on it. Maybe they just want to roll the dice again on that No Mod 1.
Yeah, something like No Mod 1, No Mod 3, any speed. That DT2 was incredibly close, probably their best chances right now, but they go for 3 Mod 1 instead. And this map is very interesting in this matchup.
Yep.
Because, well, we're probably gonna see an 8 mod, but for this map that's pretty normal. What's not normal is the timings in this map. It is so RNG to get good accuracy.
Yeah, it's gonna really come down to that visual reading accuracy.
Which, we just saw No Mod 2, and I mean, technically, Italy had the better accuracy, they just had those misses.
Yep.
Let's see if they can pull it off here. And yep, we do see a full lobby hidden hard rock. Nothing too unexpected.
Mm-hmm. Right, 154 BPM, 1/3 plus 1/6 map. And again, this one probably gonna come down to accuracy. Well, probably. I think this map is pretty simple, but I guess on Hishishor, some misses may come out of these players, and that could complicate things a little. But yeah, right off the start, Kyomu, first time in the lobby today, gonna find a bunch of hunters right at the very start.
Yeah, it is understandable. Kyomo putting up what the average player would probably put up, but Hiroke actually going down to 97 here.
Yeah, this
victim to one of the offset changes mid-map.
Yeah, this spa section just absolutely killed Hiroke's act, and now Italy can build a little bit of score lead off of that. 70,000 points. Into a pretty dense section here. Plays kind of like 230, and still no breaks from any of these players.
Yeah, as long as we see no mistakes on these slow sections, because I think the slow sections in this map are probably the most likely for these players to miss on, just by being not ready. But yeah, as long as no misses happen for Italy, they have a very huge act lead.
Pretty fast SV here. Maybe you'll see a miss, but all there is act drops from Brazil. This lead now all the way at 30,000. I think they even can afford one miss right now. It's such a huge buffer having been built up.
Yeah, and Ender up at 99 point almost 5. very strong score on this map, all things considered. And A40 not too far behind at 99.29.
Small lead there for Italy to see that they are in fact in the lead, and all they need to do is not find any slip-ups. This one should be in the bag, their first point on its way.
Yeah, Hiroke recovering all the way up to 99 again, but it is not enough against the double FC from Italy with good AC. And they do it. Italy with their first point against Brazil with an incredible team score on this map.
Yeah, struggling a little bit too much on the Hijijo is this Brazilian side, and yeah.
And it is their pick again. They go for No Mod 6, one of the most mechanically demanding maps in this pool. A lot of tech. Jazz Invasion, the custom. Maybe trying to bait out more misses from Italy, because they have been just so consistent, the Brazilian team. And we see Skid coming in for the first time. Probably gonna be playing this.
Yeah, this pick pretty high skill cap. That being said, we have seen like double FCs from even losers bracket teams, so
yeah, depending on the players, this isn't too challenging, but I think it still has it has plenty of places to trip up on, but accuracy is also going to be a pretty big factor. This is not that easy to get a good accuracy on.
yeah. Again, a lot of burst act in this one. Kind of similar to HR1, but at least the OD is a decent amount lower.
And here we go. Any 100s on this intro? We do see some from Chmeko. And looks like out of the intro there, 100 difference so far. 0-100 difference, I think. Maybe just some finishers. Oh, actually, I think it's just that A40's double S is weighted as the better score, which is why they have the lead, despite the hundreds being tied. And back to a 100 lead for Brazil. Still holding, everybody holding FCs.
Yeah. It does look like Italy's it's the one dropping egg, but now 2 misses, one from Skid and one from Chmeko, so this lead not gonna flip towards any side. If anything, it's slightly favoring Brazil right now. That miss seems to have taken a lot more out from Chmeko than it did Skid, but Miu now with another miss.
Okay, no more FCs from Brazil. But Miu's miss was insanely clean, still at 99.5.
At least it makes things a bit more interesting. Only 5,000 points in the lead, and Italy with a little bit more combo can kind of pull it back a little bit more.
Yeah, and this is a pretty free part to do it on as well.
Yeah, lead shrunk 4,000 to about 3,000. It's gonna be a little bit more until Miu hits that combo cap. Ooh.
And we speed up again in terms of SV. Coming into another chorus here. Will we see any more misses?
Ooh.
Bursts get longer, a little more complicated as well. This part as well, so many bursts.
Oh, no misses from
Nobody even
anyone. Oh my god.
struggling. And the lead is actually just growing for Brazil because we're basically two-way double S-ing this part.
Yeah, it's only Chimeko really the one finding a bunch of egg drops.
And there's not much left, but this ending is very hard. Still room for misses on both sides.
Yeah, but doesn't look like any will come through as we reach the last part.
Everybody just destroying that. And despite A40's best efforts with that 99.5 FC, Brazil just overall more consistent and better accuracy. We'll take that one.
Yeah, what a score from Mihu. 9 100s, 1 miss. Oh my god.
Yeah. Almost matching A40 in terms of score.
Yeah, and that's enough for them to take this one. Let's move on to Italy's next pick. Maybe they want to try the FM maps again.
Right.
Sorry, that was actually an accident, but I know everyone usually goes. Most of them are 8 mods anyway.
I mean, for these guys, it's basically
It is
the
usually,
HDHR
yeah.
maps.
But yeah, that HDHR looks so good for them on FM1. But they will go for that no mod 1. As
Okay.
mentioned, probably a really good map for Italy's second player besides A40. Gonna be Ender most likely. Yeah, we'll see what Brazil's response is. Got a more flexible roster with a lot more depth, so
Very scary map to pick when it's match point. Brazil definitely capable of double FCing this with unspeakable accuracy, but Italy trying to take the challenge and outdoing them. Same roster as DT2 for Italy and also Brazil.
Yeah, this map maybe a little bit flippy. There are some weird like rhythms in this, like there's some 1/3s, and of course those mono 1/6 could catch off some people. I say catch off, I mean like dropping like 1/100, and that's honestly
Yeah.
enough to determine who wins this map. See that first DDDD, not gonna catch off anyone. No hundreds drop from anyone just yet. I see that. Hiroke gonna find a bunch of hundreds.
Yeah, I think 2 coming out from Hiroke there, but 2 from the Italian side as well. I think Hiroke dropped a couple more though. So Italy with a 1/100 lead, and Hiroke with a miss actually.
Ooh.
That is very good for Italy on a map like this, which is very foreseeable for everyone here.
Yeah, I think like kind of decently short as well. That is gonna hurt a ton into the second PI here. Miu still holding on to this double S. And now Brazil just praying for a miss from Italy. Just anyone to trade that miss from Hiroke.
No nobody tripping up on any doublets. The lowest V section, no ACK being dropped either. Except for that one 100 by Ender, but it's not gonna make a difference.
Stream. Of course, not over any of these players.
Big mono, everybody double S's it, like it's not even there. And the ending. More of the same. So as long as Italy just hold on here, they should have this one in the bag.
Just a few more bursts left to go. And Italy aren't finding any misses. Holding on tight. Just a little bit of outro left to go, but it should be Italy's second point here.
And they do it with an insane double FC with 1 and 3 100s. They would have lost by accuracy still if it wasn't for that miss from HeroK. But, I mean, maybe that is what they were hoping for. Either way, they have found their second pick here.
Mm-hmm. An SS from Mew, but not enough. Alright, Brazil next to pick, and they've kind of ran out of tech maps. Yeah, I was gonna say something like No Mod 4 is probably gonna be Brazil's next pick. I think Italy not the biggest fans of SV, or at least from what I've heard.
Yeah, they don't really tend to pick it too often. And Brazil, on the other hand, really good at SV. HeroK and Foxery. But this map is not really that physically demanding, like, at all for these players, so it's really just gonna come down to that reading, maybe practice difference.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
Jamaica coming in for Ender.
Mm-hmm. I think this one not so nightly, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Alright. So yeah, No Mod 4, crazy SV map. Right off the bat, already some insane stuff going on.
Yeah, I think they're gonna hold this kind of act for a pretty long time until somebody maybe misses. Nobody even dropping ACK on this slow part.
Yep. Still quad SS for now.
And here's some repeated KKDs with some variety here, but everybody seems to be prepared.
Everyone well practiced. I mean, still quad SS. I think some 1-6 are coming, but still no 100s.
Very comfortable map to ACK, as you can see, but any single slip up can be the lead for a team here. And there it is, a miss by Foxer.
Speaking of slip up, that's just a tiny mistake from Foxer, but that can determine this map. Much more hundreds here. Drop from Chimeko, but A40 was gonna find this. And now, I mean, kind of up in the air. HeroK is still holding on to. Oh my
Not
god!
on this
no.
section. That's gonna be the lead for Brazil again. They were basically tied. Italy definitely gonna need another miss from Brazil now.
Yeah, just a third of the map left to go.
I think there's still plenty of slip-up potential on this last section. He is sort of slinky as V is coming in quite fast.
Yeah, with pretty difficult to read offhands
And
as
there's
well.
miss.
Foxaru. Yeah, finding a miss, and Italy can now get back in the driver's seat here. 6,000 points. And Italy is locked in, not finding any misses.
Right, the long cut streams here, very easy to trip up on as well. But Italy actually building a really solid lead. Up to 8,000 now. And they hold.
Oh.
They hit the finishers and they hold for a break point to make it 5-3. And
I mean, this is
Hiroke.
it's just absurd. It's 0-0 from Hiroke, and then we've got 0-4 from A40 and 4-0 from Chimeko. I mean, and 7-6 from Foxer. Alright, Italy with a break point, and I mean, Brazil out of like super clear picks left. There is gonna be just 2 picks left per team. 1 pick left per team.
Yeah. Italy with the chance to make it 5-4 now with their pick.
Yeah, and with these map stuff, I think 5-5 is not. I mean, it's super possible.
It's
We're gonna see a
definitely not off the table, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, HR2 being picked, I think, makes a ton of sense also. Definitely a map that would be good for Ender here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be.
Okay, yeah. I was at my mind blown if Chimeko stays. But yeah, Ender will be coming in for the second player on the side of Italy.
And Erie coming in for Brazil, swapping out for Hiroke.
Yeah, this one's still not the freest pick. And like, look at the names on the other side. It's Miu, Irie on HR2. This is gonna come down to the wire.
Yeah. And here we go, 211 BPM with very fast SV. Some early hundreds from Ender, but they are traded by Brazil. More than enough.
And yeah, already the SV quite fast, but it does get a bit faster later.
Oh yeah, once the screams come in is gonna be the real deciding factor. Everybody hitting or ready for the ninjas as well, for the most part.
But yeah, I mean, Italy just look more comfortable in this so far. Irie is dropping a bunch of ag on these streams. And already a 13,000 point lead opening up. And here we go, the fast SV. Ridiculously fast.
Okay. Miss from Ender, but the ag difference is gonna still keep it close.
Yeah, the miss isn't the cleanest, but it's clean enough for Italy to still hold on to this lead for now. A40 doing unspeakable things to this map right now.
Oh my goodness. And
Oh!
SV slowing down. Oh no, it gets Ender.
And that, I mean, that's absolutely disastrous. Now Brazil is the one in the lead for the first time on this HR2. 16,000 points is huge.
Yeah, right as Ender was building a combo as well, that's gonna hurt their score a lot, but I mean, there's still another stream section left. The same thing could happen to Brazil.
Yeah, even
Here we
Egg
go.
might not cut it. Let's go. Second chorus, just a little bit of the map left to go. And Brazil want to close it out right now. Both players still holding on to good Egg FCs.
Oh, but there's not much left, no streams. And that's it. That's the map. Brazil will take it 6-3.
Yeah, it's those misses that end up determining this map. Egg is so good for both these Italian players, but it's just a combo gap in the end.
Yeah, A40 doing what they can with a double S. Max scoring the map, I think. I don't know how many ticks there are to hit, but that looks like a max score to me. And Brazil will take this one. Moving on to the semifinals in the winners bracket. Italy is not out of it. They will simply move on to the losers bracket and destroy anything in their path so far.
Yeah, I think facing the winner of France versus UK. So yeah.
But yeah, very exciting match. A lot of very close points could have definitely gone all the way to tiebreaker if Italy just got a little luckier. But that is just how it is when you are facing the 3-seed Brazil, looking incredibly strong this year, one of their strongest showings so far. But that's gonna be it for this match. So we do have another match coming up in 4 hours at 0 UTC, which is going to be New Zealand versus Canada. So small break until then. But yeah, I think that's it for us.
Yep. See you
Alright.
guys in about 4 hours.
Yep, until then, laters.